What does this game mean for Edmonton, Colin?
Well, first of all, it's great to be back as being involved with the national team. For so many years I was involved with the national team as a player and as a captain. So now to be here as the head coach in Edmonton, it's fantastic. We've have very, very fond memories of the national team playing here in Edmonton. A very pro-Canadian crowd. It was our home for a number of games here. We look forward to playing in Edmonton, and the guys are excited about playing here tomorrow night as well.
Does this feel like you're kind of cramming for another test? I mean, you just had the midterm yesterday, and now you got a final coming up tomorrow.
Yes, I didn't have any grey hair before the start of this season, but now it's all going pear-shaped. But no, it's an absolute privilege to be here, and we were unlucky yesterday against Fort Lauderdale with FC Edmonton, but now the focus is obviously on the national team, and I'm very excited about this challenge.
How challenging is it though to coach one team and then prepare for another one altogether? And guys are still kind of flying in.
Yeah, no, and one player actually arrives tonight, so it's not ideal preparation national team wise, for sure, because the guys have come in dribs and drabs, if you like. 4 of the TFC guys arrived yesterday, and this is their first training session. But the attitude is great with regards to both sets of both teams. I'm fortunate to have 2 good staffs that work alongside me, so it's not all about Colin Miller. It's about everybody mucking in together and helping out.
So it's not like you're flying blind,
No, yeah. Not well. I mean, I'm still unfamiliar with a lot of the national team players that are in the camp for the first time. I haven't worked with them. Still trying to familiarise myself with all the names and all that stuff. So, but I'm getting there now, thankfully. But it's not ideal that way. But I would never turn this opportunity down.
You expect to have your hands full? They're a pretty good team you're playing.
Yeah, no, I'm very sure Costa Rica, regardless of who they have playing, are a top quality side. Number 4 in CONCACAF. I know traditionally they are technically very good, attack-minded team. I've watched them recently against Jamaica, and I know they have a good side. They're well prepared, as always, and of course they're so close to their next World Cup qualifying game that there's an incentive there for their players to do very well tomorrow night, to be in that squad to play in the next World Cup qualifier. So we're under no illusions how difficult the opportunity is tomorrow night for us.
Mr. Colin, what are you expecting out of the game?
Well, I expect it to be a difficult game for both players, both sets of players, to be honest with you. Our guys now for some are at the tail end of their career. Sorry, not their career, don't write that, guys, but the end of their season in Europe, and so hopefully fitness won't be an issue. You know, the Gold Cup generally comes at a time when players have had a bit of a break in Europe, and now we're trying to get fit again. I experienced that as a player three or 4 occasions on the Gold Cup. But I'm expecting a good game tomorrow. We've got, certainly with the national team, we've got players that can pass the ball, want to keep the ball, we don't just smash it up the park. Costa Rica are well known for their ability on the ball and their technique, and so I'm excited about the game. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it.
Colin, when you come in as an interim coach like this, I mean, is the strategy as a coach less is more? I mean, because these guys are all kind of parachuting in.
Yes.
What do you kind of try and focus on or tell these guys?
Yeah, no, less is more for sure. At this stage, because we're not going to make them fitter or anything over a 3 or 4 day period. So now it's just a case of getting our defending principles correct, make sure the guys know what their roles are. As soon as our team loses possession of the ball, set pieces obviously become very important at this stage, so we give them enough information to not overload them, and hopefully expect a good performance. Sorry.
And apparently there's talking maybe over 10,000 people here. I mean, yesterday was a good atmosphere at FC. There was a couple of thousand people. That would obviously help you guys being hometown.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if there's 10,000 people here tomorrow from Edmonton and across the country. I'm sure that the national team over the last few years haven't played in Canada very often, and this is a fabulous opportunity for these guys who are on the bubble of the Gold Cup and so on to go and make an impression tomorrow night. And so we're looking for a positive performance.
You talk about leads to more games in Edmonton, Colin, for the national team. I mean, we're going to see the women's team with the Women's World Cup coming.
Yeah, I'm selfish because I'm here, but this is a fantastic facility. The problem will be the opposition that we can play on a field turf surface, Many countries won't come to play on that type of surface. So in order for the national team to play in Edmonton, I don't know how many countries would come in and play in that, but that's not my remit, obviously. But I would never turn down an opportunity for our national team to play in Canada, wherever that is across the country.
You talk about the Gold Cup, they don't have a coach yet. Is that something you can do schedule-wise if they ask you to do it again?
Well, there is a gap there between the end of the first NASL season to the start of the second NASL season. So I suppose it is possible, but I can assure you that no one from the CSA has spoken to me about my availability. I'm sure they're looking at full-time head coaches rather than someone that's part-time.
I know
the Gold Cup, just this being a match to maybe springboard you, give you a good feel as you're basically 5 weeks away from that event, whether you're there or whether it's the team.
Yeah, I think generally speaking for the team it is a great opportunity for these guys to come in and show well, and show that they're capable of playing at this level. If you can play, if we can get this group together after a 4-day period and play against a quality opposition like Costa Rica, then it shows you that there's some terrific tools to work with there. So I'm excited. I think it's a great opportunity. That's how the players, and I just said to them there, this is a great opportunity for you tomorrow night to go and make a statement. We're playing at home. We have to be aggressive at home. We try to be as attack-minded as we possibly can be at home, without giving silly opportunities away against a quality side. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for the fans to come and watch our home team playing in our home environment.
Mr. Colin, what happened about the soccer in Canada? Now World Cup, I remember in Mexico, yeah?
In 86?
Yeah, in 86. Now, no Brazil. What happened in Canada about the soccer?
I don't know how long the battery is on your machine there. I can't go into too many details. Well, it's such a... There's so many things involved, we're making strides at the moment with having 4 professional teams in Canada, 5 next year in Ottawa. Hopefully we'll have more opportunities for Canadian players to play in Canada. And obviously we still have a majority of the squad playing abroad, which is always exciting. But I think here in North America we're now starting to see more Canadians getting an opportunity to play in the MLS. There's a number of guys. TFC are doing a great job promoting the Canadian aspect of it. FC Edmonton, we're trying to push that as much as possible. Sure, it's at a supposedly lower level than the MLS, but we're giving Canadians an opportunity. And I think the fact that we haven't had that consistency across the country, we haven't had big franchises pushing academies and so on, we haven't had the development of younger players. So we've now got that across the country. Vancouver Whitecaps are doing a terrific job with their academy. FC Edmonton, we do a very good job with our young players. TFC have got a fabulous academy, as have Montreal. So it's a long process, as you can imagine. But we're trying to put things in place behind the scenes that will hopefully help our national teams, from Sean Fleming all the way through to the senior team. That'll help us in the long run.
Colin, I know results might not be the priority this weekend. It's how the team plays. What would be a successful camp tomorrow in your mind?
A successful camp would be a good performance tomorrow night, win, lose or draw. If we're doing the right things, if we see that that we have made progress, that the players have the right attitude and the right approach to a game like this, then I think that would be a success. Now we're wanting to win the game, of course, but if we do well and if the result is not favourable but the team actually plays well, then there's something positive.